Do the thing. Got the thing. Hey everybody, that was shockingly shocking. We're here again for another episode of Who's It Anime with your host Stephen Collin. Bringing it back to Paranoia Agent.
That's right.
Second episode in, getting the name right. How about that?
You did. You did.
That's...
And you nailed the intro this week. So
I nail the intro
Bravo.
every week.
I may have left in the confusion in our first episode where you're like, I don't know what happened there.
Oh, I left that in too.
It was just like a complete breakdown in communication. It's kind of, I don't really know.
I don't know. Well,
Not sure.
I don't know what was happening last week with you.
No,
it was like
it was pretty good.
You zoned out, and it was like, "Yeah, we're on," and you're like, "Hello."
Well, it was. I think you kind of like did the intro and then like paused and then didn't say anything for a while. So that's why I said hello, because I was like, "Oh, normally he's way into this bit."
Yeah, I think it was also. I think I browsed away from your screen capture, so it was just paused. So I was like, "Huh, he's not moving. Why is he not moving?
Shit, he's
frozen.
He stood still
in time." Anyway, yes. So, Paranoia Agent is what we watched.
Yep. Yep. And today we'll be talking about episodes 4 and 5.
Yeah, 4 and 5. That's the episodes we're talking about.
Yep. The first one, episode 4, A Man's Path.
A Man's Path. Yeah.
Yeah. Just to highlight, maybe there's some stuff in this that's not great.
This one?
This is not great. There's some like not good stuff, but it gets much worse.
It gets into questionable territory in a later episode. Not this one though.
Sure does. No.
This is a mafia talk.
Oh,
Yakuza. Sorry, Yakuza talk.
Yes. I can't even remember how this one starts.
Oh, first off, Maria / what's her name is found in an alleyway with her makeup by a couple.
Oh, Chuno.
A couple.
That's right. Harumi.
Yeah.
She got smacked last episode by Lil Slugger.
Yeah, and and then it seems to cut to a police officer's box on a street that they have.
Yes.
And he's talking to. Oh no! Wait, no, that's a lie. It talks to the. Was it Honda? Is the guy? Harikari. Hari.
Which guy?
The police officer, man, that we don't know he's a police officer yet. Who was seeing Maria.
Hirukawa.
Yeah, Hirukawa, and he gets a phone call. So, Maria's been found. All right, okay. And then he's on a train, and he goes past this billboard, and he looks out at the billboard, and it's like, to be a man. The man's way or something.
To be clear, though, we do know this character because we have seen them already.
Yeah, he was one of Maria's
clients.
So, hi. So he's doing that. And then it cuts to the police box with the inspectors in there, just going, I got no idea. There's no these kids today. I don't understand them by the chief inspector, and there's no.
Every police officer in this show is out of touch with reality.
To a degree, yes. To a degree. And Hirukawa is actually a police officer. Dum dum dum.
He is a low level one. He's not very high up. He's
Yeah,
a uniform.
and he knows the chief personally.
Mm-hmm.
And they talk about the doctor. It seems very Lethal Weapon 2, I feel.
Diplomatic immunity.
Yeah, but
Is that the second one?
uh, yeah, it might be. Yeah,
Diplomatic immunity. That one.
yeah, it's possible. They weren't exactly the best movies.
Oh, I beg to differ. 2 also might be Toilet Bomb.
2 was Toilet Bomb.
Yeah, there you go. So those are pretty good movies.
Yeah, two was Toilet Bomb, but it was building the house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so Hirukawa is building a house for his wife and daughter, who's now 17.
He is doing that by maybe taking money from people he shouldn't be taking that money from.
He's doing them a service. The Ikaza.
Yeah. By turning a blind eye. Well, and more.
I'm giving him
but
information.
he also, because he's such an honorable guy. Is like, I love my wife and my daughter, and I do everything. It's all for them, and it's interspliced with a fantastic montage of him sleeping with prostitutes or sex workers, gambling his money away, drinking, smoking, karaoke. But he's such an amazing family man.
Yes, it's amazing family man. Yes, such an amazing family man. Anyway, so yeah, he's basically looking for the dirt and making sure that no one knows that Maria's actually was a prostitute.
That's right.
So he's like, no, and that's good. And then Yakuza boss Honda gives him the money for his information, and then he goes and looks at his house getting built.
Yep.
And then the police officers are going, there's no motive, it doesn't make any sense, don't understand any of this type of thing. And
it doesn't, to be clear.
Yeah.
That they're right.
It's no link to it. And then I think it does break into a broadcast saying, oh, there's a link. They've found the link.
Yeah, and that's to do with Chuno and the young kid, right?
Ichi.
Yeah, the one she was tutoring. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they found that link. And Shiru, the lady, it was the first victim.
Harumi Chuno. Miss Chuno.
That's Miss Chuno.
Oh no, the first victim. Sorry, Tsukiko. Miss Sagi.
Miss Sagi. There you go, Sagi. Yeah. Anyway, so she's watching it and going, oh no, and it gets pushed into the screen, and I don't really think there's anything here. It's just like she's encountering the incident. Basically, this episode is just basically about corrupt police officer man.
Yeah, we kind of spoke about this. The fact that each it is kind of anthology-esque in the way that it works, because despite the fact there's an underlying premise to the whole thing and it has a connective tissue, the main focus each episode so far has been on a different person and their experience of that world, rather than it being around a group of central characters.
Yeah. So he's living the good life, and then he gets he's reading the Man's Way manga. He's reading this manga, and it's
that's right. Yeah, it's got all the it's all the sort of manly berserk style dude.
Yeah, and it's like,
oh,
how dare you come and fight me, and then they're all dead. It's like, you should be doing. This is not the man's way. You should become men or something and stuff like
It's pretty good, pretty toxic. Gotta love it.
pretty heroic,
Oh yeah.
inspiring. Anyway, and then he gets a phone call. And he goes, "Hello," and he's, "Oh, come outside." And he's like, "Okay," and then he sees like this guy pulls in the window of his car and goes, "Oh, hi, sir, sure." And then, yeah, you know, Honda's got engaged and is getting married. You should put down a 2 million yen in dowry. But
Yeah, because you know he's your friend,
he's your friend,
and
yeah.
your friend, he needs money for this gift.
Yeah. And so, "Oh, no, can't be doing that. Yeah, I got a house. You see, I'm building a house. Ah, don't worry about that." And then he gets his, the guy stubs his cigarette to his forehead.
He does also threaten his new house as well. He's like, because if he's not your friend, you know, maybe something will happen to your house.
Yeah, maybe we'll burn it down.
Yeah, maybe. We can't be sure, but also neither can you. So, yeah, that 2 million yen would be sure would be nice as a gift, and I need it by X time.
Yeah. And then,
So yeah,
so there comes petty theft in another region.
he like it seems like part of his duties as an officer is potentially like providing security at a local bank, where he's like clearly seen this elderly woman, and probably knows like the kind of money she's dealing with, and we see him incredibly goofing around at night, carrying a bike, wearing a pink fucking hockey like stock ski mask on his head.
Oh, balaclava of some sort. It's like literally luchador's mask, but not this fancy.
Yeah,
It's got the string and stuff
or
on his head.
it's quite something.
Yeah, it's quite something.
And
Tracksuit as well.
That yeah, super tracksuit.
Yeah.
Very healthy guy, and he like picks up a fair head of steam on his bike, catching up to the woman, and smack.
Yeah.
And then we're led to believe, of course, that he has attacked this poor woman and taken her money.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The descent begins.
And it's only 1 million yen. And
yeah. Also, I did find out like 1 million yen is at least in modern money is about £11,000. So it's not a small amount of cash.
no, it's not. That's a lot of money. How's
Yeah, like significant.
Yeah.
Significant.
I was looking at some of this. Apparently, there's a Konami's got like a GoFundMe thing going or was running for like a mini DDR machine.
Oh, what a mini.
Yeah, but it also apparently will come with a pad, so you can actually use it properly and connects into your TV.
That's interesting.
But it'll be better than
Interesting.
the ones that are out now, where I think it has 3 tracks on it.
Wow.
That's
That's fair.
that's not any good at all. Anyway, so yeah, yeah,
He hands over the million.
Yeah, and then the guy goes, "Oh, that's good. He's still got 2 million to pay off." Is it what? That's a millionaire.
It's like you could pay the rest later. You know, the other 2 million.
Yeah.
It's like, but I gave you 1 million. Shouldn't the amount I owe you be 1 million? And he's like, oh, that's how naive. And then he puts a cigarette out in his head again.
Yeah, look, he has a plaster on over the
He does,
and he just
and he
takes
goes,
it off.
eh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoops a daisy.
Yep.
So yeah, it starts getting pretty bad, and he starts of course basically robbing people in the streets, in their homes, to try and make the money. Of course, this is now being broadcast on television that something is going down. They're highlighting that some lunatic is walking around in a pink ski mask.
Yeah. And he's standing outside his police box, and his colleague there
Yep.
goes, "Ah, I hear the next prefect over is getting it pretty bad at the moment. This masked man." And he's just sitting there, "Ooh, I'm not saying anything." Not
It's
doing-
like, yeah, yeah, better not say a thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
you better not. And of course he does get some money,
Mhm.
enough money.
Mhm.
However, it turns out that poor Honda has now been in an accident,
Yeah.
and he needs more money.
5 million.
I like the irony is clearly lost on him. Is that this is exactly what he was doing to them? But I like he's like this is so unfair. He's like, I mean, I know that like they're criminals, and this is probably neither of this is good. But it's just like you did that to them,
Yeah.
my guy.
Uh,
They're just given as good as they got.
yeah,
So.
he's getting good. So, aye, so he's just that. And then he has like a vivid dream of Robin. Do you know, was it? I don't know. He's walking down the street and he's got this mask on while he's in his police uniform, and then there's this woman, and he turns around and there's some weird face on her or something.
Yeah. Is it not the makeup?
Yeah, I
The
think
clown makeup again.
I think it was the clown makeup from Maria style.
Yeah.
And he just wakes up and goes, "Oh shit!" And then this is where he actually just goes and breaks into someone's house this time, like for reals.
This is the first time. Well, he has broken into people's houses before, but this is the first time where he has detained and threatened them, like he's holding them at knife point. Telling them to say where the money is.
Yeah, I forgot to say that Yakuza man gave him a pill. So
Oh, that's right. He's like, here, take this. Everything will be great.
yeah, I'll give you courage. And I think he's in a toilet somewhere, and he's also taking it, and he gets it. The crazy eyes.
He just kind of goes, and then he's ready. He's so ready. He's like SpongeBob level ready.
Oh yeah,
To do anything.
He's full
Anything
on
he needs to.
gone off the rails here, and yeah. So he's kind of run away, went with it, and yeah, this is where it gets weird because he's got the family knife point, and he's like,
yeah, this was my sort of content warning, because there's potential implications to this that are not good.
yeah. So they're saying something. He's got this thing, and it's like, "Oh yeah, I got it, yeah." And
Yep.
I can't remember what he says. Something when he rolls the safe. I can't remember what it is.
Oh yeah.
He says something weird there because he's obviously high and.
It's something from his man manga.
Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah, his man manga, and because it's kind of split between his reality and the manga pages at this point where
in the manga,
like some lady is there, and anyway, so that happens.
He takes the money out of the safe, and of course, this is like, it seems like it's this couple's savings for like the last 20 years.
Yeah,
this is probably not insignificant in terms of money.
Yeah, and then their daughter appears. And,
oh boy!
And then he's sitting in the corner, and she's going, "What's wrong with you two? Why are you like that?"
Yeah, I love that. Like, so, like, of course, they've now been like, they've got tape over their mouths, and they're like tied up in the ground. Like, they're going, and she's like, "What the hell's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
She seems really not that fussed. It's like, God, you guys are so weird.
Yeah, and then he jumps out the corner, and this screen's cut.
He does. God. No, wait, he puts the torch underneath his face like he's telling a ghost story because he's a madman. And she's like, oh, and he's like, call me daddy. And it is the most horrific thing, followed by screams and a panning out from the apartment block.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't know. I don't think we ever find. I could be wrong here, but I don't know that we ever find out the fate of that family, of those people, or her, like the daughter either. So, like, I think we're like, you could believe the worst of that. Or not. But like, he's pretty far gone. It seems.
Yeah.
And of course, that's not the first time that we've heard him say that, because in the episode with Maria, that was his whole shtick too.
Oh.
It was,
yeah, not early in the episode too, where he's because after he's got money off the Honda, he's like, "Oh, girl, please," and he went through the book.
Oh, that's right.
And then find this, and it's like,
you have to call me daddy.
Yeah.
And then he it's all a bit weird.
100% weird.
Like, I'm not gonna like yuck anyone's yum, but this is certainly like an off-putting approach.
Yeah.
In this example, a very taking advantage approach. And like, for sure, I definitely feel like the implication here is that something very horrible has happened in that apartment. He leaves and sort of has this the bag satchel, with all the money, like like clutched to him, and he's having a bit of a meltdown. And is he not going to like have a sit on the swings?
Yeah, he's on a swing, just going and then
looking at the ground the whole time as well, of course.
Yeah, and then the chief comes along and goes, "Horror.
What? You all right there?" And he's like, "Oh, fuck!"
Yeah. Yeah.
Falls off the swing.
Yeah. And then they go for a drink.
Yeah.
And then he has like this weird conversation when he's fucking high as a kite with the chief. And the chief's like, I have no idea what's going on with this case. I don't understand kids these days. And he's just like, oh, look, red fan matches. And he's like, oh yeah, those are classics. And I'll have more of this. And he's obviously got the munchies now. He's golfing the things.
Super lost his shit.
And the chief was just like, yeah, all right. It didn't click that he was on anything.
Yeah. Well, I guess like he's probably never given him any reason to think he's on anything.
Well, I don't know. He seemed to be a bit acting differently.
He seems a problem.
Yeah,
that's for sure. They then part ways.
He's sees an alleyway, just walking down, clutching the satchel still, and going. And he's somebody stop me! Somebody stop me!
He's doing his finest The Mask impression.
Yeah.
He's like you can. I think it's actually quite like an interesting scene. He's like, he's stumbling down this alley, just completely distraught at his own actions. I think probably coming down from the whatever that pill was as well, and realizing a lot of those things that he's just done, he did.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, we hear it's roller skates. And it's about to happen. You're like, oh, this is it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, smack.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, well, it's the trend continues. Like someone who is just like near breaking point, or like in need of a sudden stop to whatever's happening. It's finally happened, and you kind of see him like skate off and stop a little bit.
Yeah.
And look back.
Yeah.
And he just kind of goes like, what the fuck? What? I remember watching that and being like, hang on a minute, that's not supposed to happen. He's like, you see Lil Slugger like panic. And he's like, hey, you little bastard, get back here.
What are you doing?
And he like, yeah, what are you doing? You can't be doing that. And he like skates off and he just throws his shoe at him.
Who throws a shoe?
Knocks. Yeah, who throws a shoe? He knocks him over. And you're like, oh, he'll get back up. It's like, no, he's not going to get back up. Hirukawa's just going to boot the crap out of him while he's on the ground.
Yeah. And so little Slugger has been caught.
Yeah, just like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's on the news having to explain the fact that he seems to have caught him. And he's like, why were you there? Like, tell us about the circumstances. And he's like, I don't know.
Yeah. Chief turns off the TV, I think, or is that next episode?
That may be the next one.
I think it gets to this point, yeah. No, I think it turns off and goes, let's go and interrogate the guy. And then
that's right. There. Yeah, so that's wild.
Yeah.
Like 4 episodes in, and we've maybe caught the antagonist.
Yeah.
who seems a lot more human in this instance than you had thought.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this one, Colin?
I mean, yeah. It got weird towards the end. The whole family hostage thing.
Yep.
And the daddy thing. I was like, Jesus, what the fuck?
It's a lot.
It makes Harukwari kind of interesting character. Kind of like think he's, I don't know, trying to be a hero of some sort, but also not. He's very corrupt and not as honorable as you think he is. He's living a dream.
I think there's a lot of that, because if you like, a lot of the whole thing is about that whole first part is about how good a family man it is, how important he is to his family, how loyal he is to his wife, how well he takes care of his daughter. Yeah, there's like, he has a very high opinion of himself, and I think like that they cover that descent in his like his understanding of his own reality quite well in like a 20-minute span, like from being like, I'm the hero of this story to, oh my god, I'm a monster, I need to be stopped.
Yeah.
Which is impressive.
And then he was a hero. He caught the guy.
He did, ironically.
After giving him a massive beating.
Yeah. Which is quite funny.
Yeah.
Quite funny.
I don't know, the 7 seems good for this.
I'm gonna give it an 8. I think we're in this territory now where it's clear like we're telling what I think at the very least are sort of very narratively interesting. Like the last episode with Mia was just really strong, and again I think we've like it's not that I thought that the other episodes were necessarily bad or anything, it's just that they weren't as interesting. This one is like, I'd say this is close to a 9 as well. It feels really strong, good storytelling, good characterizations, not good characters like in the sense of how they are as people, but definitely interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we then move on to episode 5 now for something completely different.
Yeah.
This episode is called The Holy Warrior.
The Holy Warrior, yeah. So, yeah. This is basically them interrogating who they think is Little Slugger.
Yeah, Ikari and Maniwa.
Yeah.
Are gonna chat him out.
Yeah.
And they find out that, you know, that he's not a ghost, he's not a force, he's an 8th grader called Makoto.
Yes.
Makoto Kozuka.
Yes. He was. And he is delusional.
Oh, and how?
100%.
And how? Because of course, the more they talk to him, the more they start to realize, hey, something's not right here. This guy seems to be talking a lot about his mission and save points.
Yeah. So he basically talks about Goa and how he's the holy warrior.
Yes.
Which
Goa is the ultimate evil that he's trying to destroy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this one, So they're in the interrogation room talking to him, and he's like, "I am the Holy Warrior," and he does like all these weird stances apparently. And uh, Mikaka, the policeman,
Maniwa.
Manawa. He
Ikari and Maniwa.
yeah,
Maniwa is definitely more. He's the well, he's the sane one, the one that actually gives a shit, and doesn't is like, this punk kid's going down. I fucking hate kids. That's Ikari is just like, yeah, admit it, you bastard.
he did it.
And Manawa, he's more of a, hey, let's see where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's something else going on here type.
Yeah,
So
because he starts.
he indulges.
Yeah, he indulges him because he starts talking about being the Holy Warrior and Goa and how he struck down the fat kid.
Oh,
Yuichi?
uh, Shugo Ushiyama.
Ishiyama, yeah. He strikes down Ishiyama.
It like he takes it through the attacks, but yeah, we start with him, and then we go to the police officer. Like that's the people he's talking about having attacked. And it's told it like it's done in a really weird way because like it starts off as like he's the sort of it gradually it sort of graduates to him being like this cleric paladin type looking dude on a crusade, and eventually like Manawa's like, oh, I will join you and I will document your journey.
Yeah.
I will be the scribe here.
Yeah.
So he gets his own get up, and Ikari's like, what? What is going on here? This is dumb.
Yeah, he's like totally just sitting back going, stop this nonsense. This is all bullshit. So yeah, he talks about that and sees like the red glow around
oh, that's
the
right.
kid. He's got the red glow, that's how I knew it was wrong, so that's why I hit him. And it's like, alright, okay. And then, for some reason, they managed to pull out the book, the game guide, because he's describing the game.
Yes,
and it's like has
he is, yeah.
this is a low level beast, so that was him. He was quite low, and then it progressed on.
Yeah, because it's talking about like because we talk the first enemy is it is what the fuck. Ishiyama
Yeah.
was like a creature that he defeated, and it's like, oh, Goma had possessed them.
Yeah.
And that's I defeated them and freed them. And that's he's like he is a holy warrior on a mission. And then we get to
Ichi. Ichi is the civilian was the villager was then corrupted and took over, so I had to defeat him, and he was like a big giant fish.
That's right, so he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's look, this one drops like the star review or something. I don't know. And both of them, while doing that, they bring in the victims and go, "Do you recognize this person?" And they're like,
"Yeah,
no." And then Ichi says, "Yeah, that's 100% him. I swear."
Oh, does he? Like,
yeah,
Ichi does. Ushiyama, I think, comes in and he's like, could be, I guess.
well,
like
struck them from behind because he talks about going into a cave and go around the corner in the cave and hitting.
Oh, and sneaking,
attacking in the back, and Ikari is going, this is what you did. You went round the corner of the tunnel, the underpass, and he's attacked from behind. Blah blah blah, and then. He did that, and then it kind of progressed into like a weird game format where they're traveling the land of this game rather than in reality, and Ikari is just kind of sitting back in this like going,
He's letting him tell. He's letting him tell the story, and then like we come up against all the different characters. So you got the frog, and then the warrior, and then the butterfly woman, and like it's these battles as these characters against these creature these different enemies of the Goma's possessed group. All the people, and gradually, of course, like Ikari's like becoming more and more like interested in what's happening. He's like he starts like I think he gets really annoyed at one point, and then after that he says something in like the way that it would be in the game, and he's like no, ignore I said that. He like gets angry again. He's like, I'm not falling for this. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. They're on some holy quest, and Maniwa's like, oh yeah, and he's like, you're really enjoying this, aren't you?
Absolutely.
And he says it again because he then turns into a knight for the big boss battle.
He does.
What's it? They had the old man in it. He was like the seer.
That's right. Yeah.
And then
that's right.
And then right at the end, so I think they defeat Maria.
They defeat the final enemy.
Yeah.
But Maria's the butterfly woman.
Yeah, she jumps into...
they defeat her.
Yeah, they go into a big giant portal and defeat her, but then by going into the portal, open the portal, it summoned a big, massive creature. It just stomps on them, and it's game over.
Yep.
It was like a...
It has to go back to the save point.
I think it was the face of the old women at the very start. And Ikari was just like, fuck this, and like punches the thing in one hit.
Yep.
It's like, stop it.
Pretty good.
Stop with this bullshit. This is how it's going to end.
One thing that has become clear throughout this, though, is of course, like, Maniwa is pointing out, like, hey, all of this is corresponding to the different attacks, except the first one.
Yeah, the first.
Like he is not mentioning anything to do with Tsukiko at all.
Yeah.
So there's something going on there, like, because he's not talking about it. The first one he's talking about is Ushiyama.
Mm. Yeah.
So
that's the first one.
Yeah. Definitely something going on there.
So he doesn't mention the frog guy, which was the second attack of Lil Slugger, apparently.
Kawazu.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Anyway, so it kind of ends the whole charade of running around the field, going through the story with Maniwa going, I got it, let's go. And then they kind of run out.
Yep.
And I think that's the end of it. Or do they meet her on the bridge? The old lady on the bridge?
The dude, the Kozuka, is like, hey, I think someone can help us take this to the next level. And they think might be a witness to the first attack. I don't think we get to that in this episode though, so.
No, I think we do. I think we get to the old lady.
I think we get there, but I don't think anything happens.
Well, we don't talk to her. It just ends with her in the scene because they're like, oh, yeah, that's who we got, because that's like the last person.
She's got her little roll-up mattress on her back and things. So
yeah, she's got her wee bag. Yeah, because that kind of ends there.
Yeah.
In that episode, so there's a lot in it. It's just kind of like a weird, convoluted kind of like story quest where they're traveling through like some random video game. I can't remember if the chief essentially breaks the kid down at that point and goes, no, it's this, and it's like, yeah, we actually attacked these two kids.
No, I think that's in future. I don't think he admits to anything. I think right now it's purely sort of exploratory, listening to what he's got to say.
Yeah.
I think you're right though. Like it's sort of a bit of a recap through the eyes of this person who they've captured, because of course, like, we're led to believe is like this could be the person, but it seems like there's a pretty glaring omission in what he's talking about that would lead us to believe that that's not the case, or that something else is going on with Tsukiko, and her her whole thing with Lil Slugger, because as you pointed out in the very first episode, she never mentions it at the first point. She's just been attacked.
Yeah.
And then she starts talking about Lil Slugger.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, I think we're starting to like see it in our heads. It's like, well, is she lying about something? Is she trying to get out? Is she just trying to get out of her situation by pretending that there was an attack? Who is this guy? Like, why did he not do that? But why is he doing it now? What does that even mean?
I mean, yeah, I think these things are maybe more focused in the next episode.
Yeah, like, and they will be, and I'm sure they'll all be answered like throughout the rest of the show. I guess just trying to start to get your mind thinking in that way of like, it's not as simple as, hey, there's a bad guy, and oh, we've caught him.
Yeah, it's definitely not as simple as that. Yeah.
So how do you feel about this one then?
That's all right. I still think with a 7. I think.
I think it's a 7. I will say I really appreciated the sort of Dragon Quest-ish style character designs and things like that. It was quite clever. The video game sound effects and things like that were well done.
Yeah. I
think it's a shame that it was a bit disjointed as an episode, because it just felt a bit all over the place. But
I mean, that's interrogations, man. I'm someone deluded. I like there was a scene where they make the game sound, do 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 do, and he's like, God, the kid's brought his own soundtrack with him. What the hell?
That's right. Yeah, that was Ikari.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, it's real good.
So that's
it's real good. Yeah. Which means we've talked about our episodes for the day. And somehow we've managed to make it to another episode, and so have you. Which I suppose leaves us to say, Who's That Anime is an anime podcast and can be found where all good podcasts can be found. Our home is at anchor.fm/Who's That Anime. We don't make any money on this. There's no advertising or anything like that. And don't think we ever will put any advertising in the episodes. But if you want to support us in the podcast, then a way to do that is to leave us a review, if you can, through your podcatching software of choice. If you've already reviewed us or can't, depending on what you're using, telling a friend is always a good way to share as well. We have a Facebook page, that's facebook.com/Who's That Anime, where we post all the latest episode releases and the occasional anime meme. We have a Discord channel, link for that is in the show notes. We also have a YouTube, where Colin painstakingly puts together the video versions of these episodes. Colin and I also occasionally like to play video games. Colin at twitch.tv/couchfuel, and myself at twitch.tv/hailpayman. You can find archives of all of the things that we've done on those channels by going to youtube.com and searching for @couchfuel or @hailpayman.
Yeah.
And that's us.
That is us. We
did it.
We done it in our turn. Another one done.
We'll be back though.
That's That's a tick. I done another tick.
Episode 135.
That's certainly some numbers.
That is a few episodes.
Well, it's a few episodes. 135 episodes, man.
Yep.
Coming up for
135.
2 years? 3 years? 3 years?
3 years in February.
3 years.
Yep.
Who thought that we'd do this for 3 years?
Yeah. It's amazing we stuck to something for a change.
Oh, we did Couchfuel for ages.
That's true. The pandemic killed that.
Yeah, pandemic kind of did kill that. We can bring it back.
But oh well.
Bring it back.
Can one of these days. But speaking of which, we will be back next week to talk about episodes 6 and 7 of Paranoia Agent. So
yeah, that's it. We'll be back next week. Same old time, same old place, same anime.
Anime?
I
Yeah.
don't know. Don't know where I was going with that. That's fine. Make some witty.
We made it. We made it.
We did. We done it.
Cool.
We done it.
Well, peace out then, folks.
Yeah. See you
next
there.
week.
Bye.